We do have a decision coming down from the Fed as expected, a rate cut of 25 basis points. And we should point out this is the first time that we have seen this cut since December of 2008, so more than 10 years. We are looking at the wording coming down from the Fed. Jay Powell talking about uncertainties remaining in terms of the outlook. And Adam, first to you on your thoughts.
From the statement, we see them saying that on the labor market, the Fed said job gains are still, quote, solid. The June jobs report received since last Fed meeting showed an estimate beating 224,000 new jobs, unemployment moving up only slightly to 3.7%. The Fed also said that consumer remains a bright spot, with household spending still growing relative to earlier this year. They also reiterated that language that they always use, act as appropriate to sustain the expansion. And, nobody was surprised by the 25 basis points, but the argument of whether it would be 50 or 25, you go back to Clarida back on July 18th when he said in the past, the Fed and other central banks have found it appropriate to take out insurance policies in good times. And so that's part of the toolkit. But those who are expecting the one and done shocker of 50 did not get it.
Stephen, just your thoughts in terms of what we're hearing for the Fed. I mean, the 25 basis points cut was expected. The big question going into the press conference is going to be just how dovish the tone will be coming from Jay Powell. And is this really the start of a sustained rate cut cycle?
Well, the belief is the Fed cut of 25 basis points was really a signal that they're aware of what's going on in the global economies. We just saw this morning further troubling news out of France, Spain, Belgium, that there's weakness there, and the Fed needs to acknowledge that. I think Janet Yellen said 2 days ago, the United States is not an island. It needs to be mindful of what's going on in the rest of the world. And so this is a nod to that. It's a signal that they understand it. It's a signal that they are ready to do something about it as they need to. But I don't think anyone thought that this was the beginning of a major monetary policy easing. So no one should be surprised that they only did a quarter.